Today, we will be meeting a teacher who will be getting a new student in her classroom and is bringing with them an FM system. On today's episode, we will be discussing everything there is about FM systems, from what they are, to how to use them, and to who can benefit from them. You'll be surprised to find out that more than just the hearing impaired can benefit from this device.
Hi, I'm getting a new student on Monday, and I was informed that he's a hearing aid user. He'll be bringing an FM system with him, and I'm just feeling a little overwhelmed because I've never had a student use an FM system in my classroom before.
That's understandable. I think that we should tackle this issue in steps. So first, what do you know about FM systems?
I know that I'll be wearing a microphone and that it will send my voice to his hearing aids.
That's true. But before we talk about how the sound actually gets to his hearing aids, we need to understand how an FM system works. So to give you a very basic understanding, it works to increase the signal-to-noise ratio, which is helpful whenever there's background noise, and it also helps with reverberation.
What's reverberation?
Reverberation is the continuation of a sound when it hits off hard surfaces. So in your classroom, it would be things like the desk and the wall.
So I'm assuming we want to decrease the reverberation in the classroom.
Yes, and the FM system helps with decreasing the reverberation, as well as reducing the background noise and making sure that you can walk away from the child and he'll still be able to hear you. Because no matter how far you get in the classroom, the signal from your voice will still be delivered directly into his ear.
So how exactly does the system work? How does my voice get to his hearing aid?
So for example, because your microphone will be directly hooked up to the child's hearing aid, you can be far away and the child will still hear the sound as if you were standing right in front of them.
So how exactly does the system send my voice to his hearing aids?
Interesting that you should ask that. Today we have a special guest speaker who's a graduate student clinician in audiology to explain to you how an FM system works.
Hi, Angela. Welcome.
Hi, it's nice to be here. All right, I heard you discussing an FM system, how you thought you will be wearing a microphone, and that is correct. As well as the microphone will also have a transmitter. And before your child comes with his FM system, hopefully the audiologist will have already paired the devices together so you won't have to worry about that. All you'll have to worry about is wearing your microphone. And in the device that I brought today, your microphone and your transmitter are one. So you can either hold and talk with it on, or you can clip it on to your shirt. Just making sure that your microphone is at a good distance close to your mouth so that the signal, it can be the best signal-to-noise ratio. Now your student will be wearing a receiver that is identical looking to your transmitter. And the device that I brought with me is connected to a neck loop, which goes around the child's neck. The neck loop sends the signal, is what actually sends the signal to the hearing aid. The only thing is that his hearing aid must be on the T-coil setting, which hopefully he will know to do this, but for you will know now as well. And your voice will be sent via transmitter to his receiver, getting picked up by his neck loop, and then getting picked up by the telecoil. And that is how your voice is sent to his hearing aid.
That's amazing. Do only children with hearing loss use FM systems?
That's a great question. Research has actually shown that children with normal hearing can also benefit from the use of an FM system. And the reason for that is because of the issues that we mentioned earlier with background noise, reverberation, and distance from the teacher being factors that can distract them during class.
But how would a child use an FM system if they didn't have hearing aids?
A lot of FM systems, and actually probably all of them, if I'm correct, Angela, you can use headphones and plug them into the receiver so the child can use the system as well. Or your classroom could be set up for a free field loudspeaker, and all of the children can use it. This helps with a lot of disabilities, including attention deficit disorders, learning disabilities, auditory processing disorders, as well as just kids getting distracted.
Seems like there are a lot of people that benefit from the FM system.
There are, and actually you can benefit as well, because if you use it, then your voice only has to reach the microphone, which will reduce vocal strain and fatigue throughout the day.
That would be great if I never had to raise my voice again. I was also wondering, do you have any advice on introducing the device to the other students in my classroom?
That's another great question. One way that's a good way to do it is to have the child explain it to the kids himself. That way it's not something that he feels like he has to hide or be ashamed of.
Interesting.
Lastly, in order for this device to benefit the child, it obviously has to be working properly. So each day you'll want to examine the device, look at the cords, do a listening check, and check the batteries as well.
What should I do if I do all those things and check the batteries and the device still isn't working?
In that case, you would have to contact the audiologist or the child's parents, because they'd be more likely to be able to help you with the problem than if you just tried to figure it out yourself.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for teaching me all this new information about FM systems. I'm already feeling more confident and less overwhelmed for meeting my new student on Monday.
That's great. Thank you to Angela for coming in, and I'm happy that we can help. If you have any questions, contact Angela.